Hello students, so today we will continue a new lesson, lesson 6, more on Adobe Photoshop. So see what we have to study in this, more on Adobe Photoshop. Now, first is see the blur tool. So what we'll do in this, the blur tool is a great way to change the focus of the selected portion of the image. So if a certain portion of the image you want to make invisible, so that is not clear, so you can make it blur. This tool softens the selected area of an image by making it a blurred effect. Open any image in Photoshop, click on the blur tool and select the desired brush size and style from the brush preset picker. Specify the effect mode and set the strength for the stroke from the options bar. So drag the mouse pointer over the area that you want to blur and that area will become blur. Next is the sharpen tool. So this sharpen tool is the contrast of the blur tool. So it will make the appearance of the image sharp. It lets you improve the clarity of your image by sharpening the outlines of an image more prominently. As you can see here, the blur tool, with the help of the blur, I see the face of the this child baby is not clear. Now next is the smudge tool. The smudge tool, as the name implies, allows you to smudge the image around as if you have dragged your finger through the wet paint like that. See here you can see. This tool picks up the color from where the stroke begins and spread it in the direction you drag your mouse. So it will spill the color. That is the smudge. As you can see here on this hand, a color is spilled, and you cannot see its part, this portion, because here is the color is there. Next is the draw and type tools. That is the pen tool, type tool for typing the text on the image, pen tool, and the path selection tool, and the shape or line tool to draw any shape. You see the next type tool. So the type tool is used to text in an image. This tool provides the plenty of settings to control the text properties. You can click on the type tool and a text box will open and there you can type the text. Select the options like font, size, color, bold, underline or italics. You can select from the options given in the bar. Click on the image where you want to add the effect. Type the desired text. Click on the check mark button on the options to end the text editing. So all the options what you have selected. Next is the warping effect. So warping is used to position the letters or text in different shapes. So to use the warp option, follow these steps. Select the type tool from the tools panel and enter the text. Select the text and click on the create warp text option from the option bar. So the warp text dialog box will open. Now as you can see in the figure 6.21, so this is the warp text, desert area. So click on the drop down arrow of the style option and select the fish style. This is the fish style you can see. Select the orientation of the warp style, horizontal or vertical if needed. Specify values for the additional options given in the warp text dialog box, and after that you click on the OK button to apply the warp style. So with the help of the move tool, we place the text where you want to position it. Save your file for future use. So after making the changes, after creating this warp effect, we can save it. In the next time in the future, we don't have to make it, we can use it. Now the shape or line tools. So Adobe Photoshop provides the various types of the shape tools for drawing both filled as well as unfilled shapes, including the rectangle, ellipses, polygons, and the custom shapes. So you can open a new file, right click on the rectangle tool, and you can select the custom shape tool. Many tools are there, ellipse tool, a polygon, line tool, whatever you want. So click on drop down arrow of the shape menu in the option bar. You can select the required shape. For example, flower 5 is selected. Now to access more shapes, you can click on the gear icon on the right side of the shape panel. Here select the desired color from the fill option. The option bars to fill the color shapes. Now shape dialog box, you can see many shape dialog boxes. Drag the mouse to draw the selected shape, and after the adjusting the size, release the mouse button. So we can set the color to the fill option to that shape. See the different flower of different colors. Next is the navigation tool. So there are two types of the navigation tool, zoom tool and the hand tool. So the zoom tool is shaped like an old-fashioned magnifying glass, and this is the hand tool. And the hand tool is shaped like a hand. Zoom tool, why it is used? This tool lets you to zoom in by clicking the zoom tool on the image view. Its magnified size, you can see the image magnified size, or zoom out by pressing the alt key on the keyboard while clicking the image. So observe the symbol within the magnifying glass. The cursor will change from plus sign to minus sign. Plus sign to magnify, to minus sign to zoom out. Hand tool, when you zoom in, the image is usually too large to see it all at once. So hold down the left mouse button and move the hand tool to move the image within the window. So you can scroll the image within the window by holding down the left mouse button and moving the hand tool. So you can use Ctrl plus to zoom in and Ctrl minus to zoom out. So when image is zoomed in, you can move the image by dragging the mouse while holding down the spacebar key also. So the current icon will change to the hand tool. Shortcut it is. You can use the image menu. How? Image adjustment option. How you can adjust the image. So image adjustment options are just like setting the color settings of your television. Photoshop allows you to set the color levels, contrast and brightness of the image, that you can do it. See how you adjust the hue or saturation. So this powerful tool, is used to adjust the hue, means colors in the image, and the saturation. How you will do that? Open any image in the Photoshop CC, select the image or a part of it using the rectangular marquee tool, or click on the image, go on the adjustment, and the adjustment will find the hue saturation, or simply shortcut key you can use Ctrl plus U. Now the hue saturation dialog box will open. This dialog box will open, and you can set the settings for the hue is -28 to +55. So lightness to +16. So you'll notice there's a change in the color of the selected image. You can see this is the original image, and after the hue setting, see, so dark image after changing the hue saturation. Next is the layer. Layers are the transparent sheets that can hold objects and are stacked on top of each other. So when we have a number of objects, means a number of images we have, so it is always better to distribute the objects in different layers, as it makes the work process much easier. If you are making any changes on the image of the layer 1, it will not affect the image of the layer 2. So that's why we used to work on the different layers. We can draw and edit objects on the layer without affecting the objects. See how you add a new layer. So a new layer is created when you paste an object in your image. To add a new layer, follow the given step. Select the layer and the new layer options. The new layer dialog box will appear. Define the name in the name text box and click on OK. Now see how you rename a new layer. So to rename a new layer, double click on the layer name in the layer panel and you type the new name. The layer will be renamed. How you delete a layer? Select the layer which you want to delete. Right click on it and you'll find the option delete layer. It will be deleted. Layer effect and styles. So Photoshop provides a variety of effects such as shadows, glow, bevel, emboss, and overlay. These effects change the appearance of the layer contents. So layer effects are linked to the layer contents. So when you move or edit the contents of the layer, the same effects are applied to the modified contents. For example, if you apply a drop shadow to a text layer and then add text, the shadow is added automatically to the new text. See how you do that. Select the layer panel, select the layer in the layers panel, click on add a layer style button. At the bottom of the layer panel you will find layer style button. So choose an effect from the display list. Many lists are there. So see here you can select anyone. So the layer style dialog box will appear. Select the desired effect by clicking on the corresponding check boxes on the left side of the dialog box. Likewise, select the appropriate option for the selected effect on the right side of the dialog box. Now click on the OK to apply the effect. Observe that the applied effects will be reflecting below the layer name in the layers panel. Okay, so now today we have completed the syllabus of the half yearly exam. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention and best of luck for your coming exam, half yearly exam.